works. Isn't that cool? Man, I love it. I don't love being tested. I'm like, seriously? Huh? I'm like, seriously? Are you seriously going to test me with this? You know? And I try to pass it the first time. Because if you know the Lord, if you don't, you're going to take it again. You know, it's going to be like being back in high school when you flunked that test, you know, because you didn't study for it. I'm not doing that. I'm passing it right then. Because the one thing that's the most precious in my life is not money. It's time. I'm becoming a time hog. Because it's the one thing that's most precious to me. I want it to be fruitful and beneficial, and I do not want to take a test over, right? I don't know if you do, but I don't. And so, if he sees everything, all the time, what are we hiding from? Seriously? Like, what are we hiding from? Whew, thank you, Lord. Unbelief. So, when we look at this last verse, are y'all having fun?
Yeah.
I'm having fun. When you look at this last verse right here in James 5:16, it says, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another. What about that? That you may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of the righteous may availeth much. Right? Let's read that again. This ought to be like the tag on us, like the what? It says it right there, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Somebody's praying the fire down, aren't they? Yeah. Somebody's believing. You know, as we walk this journey, I think our faith shifts to just believing. And then our believing just shifts to knowing. So we start off believing God. And then it goes to, or we walk in faith, and then it switches to believing. And then we just know. We just know he's going to get healed. Or we just know the circumstance is going to work out. We just know that it's taken control, that he's got this thing. He's got everything in control. You know what I mean? And so I'm sharing all this with you guys tonight because the more you step out and the more you pray, the more they'll come. And the more they come, the more they'll get healed, the more families will be restored, the more sisters and brothers will come to the Lord. Why do we need miracles? I mean, when we read this, what is the purpose? It was to bring salvation. Think about that. Like, study the Bible. It was to bring salvation. It's not that the miracle is the topic or the main thing. It's him. Jesus is the main thing. The miracle is what? It's just part of who he is. It's the character of the Father. It's his nature to heal. How many of you are fathers? Do you want to see your son or your daughter walking around with a sickness? Do you put that sickness on your child? Let's hit that mindset. There you go. Do you put sickness on your child? Look, God doesn't put sickness on nobody. I'm going to tell you right now, sickness does not come from God. You know what that is? That's a weak man's theology. That's a weak man's theology for not giving his will over to the Father's will and walking in righteousness. So what do? We cop out and say, oh, the enemy's doing that. The enemy's not, seriously, like,